There's no doubt that Avengers Endgame is going to be one of the most defining flicks of 2019, from marketing efforts to storytelling promises, from the all-star cast to the movie's title. Here are the things that Endgame has already hit right out of the park. These days, it's almost impossible to avoid spoilers for upcoming films, and the bigger the movie, the worse it is. From rabid fans spreading rumors to paparazzi crashing film sets to leaks from within the studios themselves, spoilers are plastered across the internet. In fact, many movies these days spoil the plot in their own trailers. It can be a real bummer for fans who want to be surprised. All of which makes the marketing campaign for Avengers Endgame so amazing. Not only has Marvel managed to keep any real spoilers from slipping out, they also released several gripping trailers and teasers that somehow ratchet up the excitement without actually telling us much of anything at all. Even the name of the film itself was a closely guarded secret until the first teaser hit in December. And even when fans guessed something correctly, Marvel was great about, well, completely lying in order to keep their secrets. When directly asked if the title of the fourth Avengers film was spoken by a character in Avengers Infinity War, co-director Joe Russo offered up a terse and direct no, sending fans in another direction. But that was a dang lie.
We're in the endgame now.
Well played, Marvel. Well played. The complete lack of information has actually helped fuel excitement among fans, and they've been forced to make up their own theories, which have since been debated endlessly online. And the less they tell us, the more we want to know. It's a testament to the tremendous cliffhanger Marvel left us with at the end of Avengers Infinity War. Ending one of the biggest, most anticipated films in history with the good guys losing and almost everyone dead was a massive risk, and it's one that has paid off in spades. Since the beginning of the MCU, Marvel has put as much emphasis on fun as they do on action.
And 3, 2, 1.
So shifting to the kind of downbeat story that Infinity War delivered and Endgame promises would seem like a dramatic shift. And it is, emphasis on the drama part. One of the few constant criticisms of the movies taking place in the MCU has been that the story stakes aren't high enough. For instance, in Captain America Civil War, the massive battle between superheroes had only one temporary casualty in the form of War Machine, and by the end of the movie, he was back to cracking jokes.
Are you Tony Stank?
Yes, this is Tony Stank. You're in the right place. Thank you for that!
Luckily, the Russo brothers knew that an event like Avengers Endgame needed something more real because it needed to actually matter to fans. Anthony Russo declared that, "Unless you have real stakes, you're sort of limited in terms of the emotional impact a story can have on you. What we're looking for in storytelling or art is emotional catharsis, and that's not simply getting what you want. It's getting an emotional experience that makes you feel and respond to it and energizes you on some level." Co-director Joe Russo added that, "This is a fantasy world, and yes, remarkable things can happen in a fantasy world, but they come at an incredibly high cost." Right from the start, Marvel has been upfront about its master plan, with its Phase 1 films leading into Phase 2 films, which led to its Phase 3 films, which led to Avengers Endgame. So after 21 films and 11 years of build-up, it's fitting that Endgame is poised to tie together every corner of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This process already began in Infinity War, which brought together the straightforward superhero world of the Avengers with the cosmic action of the Guardians of the Galaxy and the mystic might of the Sorcerer Supreme Doctor Strange. And Endgame seems like it'll go even further, with Ant-Man and the Quantum Realm set to play a central role in the fight against Thanos. Until now, even with 2 films under his belt, it's felt like Ant-Man has been on the fringes of the MCU. But with the littlest Avenger potentially playing the biggest part, Marvel has managed to do the impossible, make moviegoers truly care about nearly every character appearing in more than 40 hours of films. Finally, Avengers Endgame is already doing something right simply by being what its name implies, an ending. One of the big problems with comic books or movie franchises or TV shows is that the stories are pretty much all middle. You get the origin, and then the adventures go on and on and on, but nothing ever ends or truly changes, because then there wouldn't be a franchise to earn more and more money. Avengers Endgame, though, has set itself up as an actual ending. Not for the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, of course. We all know there will be future films in the MCU, though exactly what they'll be is another spoiler Marvel is holding on to until after Endgame, ends. But it certainly looks as though Endgame will provide some closure to the MCU as we've known so far. As the trailer suggests, major characters like Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America form the foundation of the MCU, and one or more of them are likely to see their stories come to a conclusion. And it's not just them. Characters like Hawkeye, Gamora, and Bruce Banner all have questions to be answered and character arcs to complete. Don't expect all your favorite characters to get happy endings though. Thanks in part to the recent acquisition of Fox by parent company Disney, Marvel has a whole new wave of heroes they can feature in upcoming phases, like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. That gives them the unusual luxury of being able to afford to give a proper and final farewell to some of their biggest characters and franchises so far. Because they don't have to worry about the box office, all they have to worry about is making a good story that will satisfy fans who have spent a decade of their lives getting invested in the fate of the Avengers. And so far, it sure looks as though Marvel is going to make good on just about all of their promises. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite Marvel heroes are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.